What's up, my beautiful soul family? How's everybody doing today? I've been meaning to get around to do this reading per se. So, Brother Bilaal, who's I guess the ex assistant to Will Smith, he's known Will about 40 years. I think he was also an old friend of his, has been coming out and exposing Will and Jada, left and right. Some of the things that Brother Bilaal alleges is that Will Smith has had some homosexual activity going on. Brother Bilaal claims that he walked in on Will and Dwayne Martin, in an intimate act. Another huge bombshell Brother Bilaal has come out and put out there was that Will Smith and Diddy turned out Bryshere Gray, the youngest brother on the show Hip Empire. I think I did a previous video. I did a previous video on Bryshere Gray, and if rather Will and Diddy heard him. Please check that video out when y'all get a chance, because I think I kind of already called that out in the video previously. Anyways, what we want to do in this video is let's see if he's telling the complete truth about Will Smith, and especially when it comes to Bryshere Gray. Also, what is his motive? Let's see if Spirit will tell us that as well. Now, y'all know, of course, before I start this reading, I need to put out my disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state in this video, it is just my interpretation of the cards. Nothing I state in this video have been proven to be fact as of now. Y'all see I got the sage going. So we gonna do an energy reading on Brother Bilaal, see about all of this. You know what I mean? Did Will really hurt Bryshere Gray? Did he really pass him off when he was done with him? Was he really messing with Dwayne Martin? Is Brother Bilaal just making stuff up? We're gonna find all this out tonight. Spirit, is Brother Bilaal telling the truth about Will? Is Brother Bilaal telling the truth about Will Smith? All right. All right. One more, then we're going to pull, y'all. What do y'all think? Do y'all think he's telling the truth? All right. One more, then we're going to pull, y'all. There we go. All right. Here we go. We ready. Let's see what Spirit got to say. All right. So you got the 7 of Swords. You know what I mean? I feel like somebody's trying to get away with something because they're rich. Let me see. You got the 4. Somebody was in the hospital. Somebody's trying to shut him up, y'all. I think y'all know who that somebody is. Probably somebody close to who he's putting out there is trying to shut him up, because the hospital part came up. They're rich and they got an image to uphold. You know what I mean? They're trying to keep him quiet because they're trying to avoid responsibility. Let me see here. He trying to be free. Hold on, let me see here. 3. I keep seeing 3 people coming up, especially some woman. I think Jada tried to. Wasn't Brother Bilaal recently in the hospital? I'm feeling like Jada, from what the cards is alleging, because a woman came up who's not very as womanly as we think. You know what I mean? Or at least somebody that's a masculine woman. This is what it's saying and stuff like that. He's been talking too freely about the party that those 3 have been doing. Not him, but like I feel like Will, Jada, and Diddy, allegedly. I'm feeling like these 3 is trying to stop him from getting a payday. They're trying to stop him from making money off of their story. You know what I mean? They're trying to stop him from telling a lot of stuff. Okay, I guess that wasn't the answer. I mean, the question I was asking, but we'll go on with that. Let me see. Some of his worst fears is recognized. They trying to. I'm feeling like he trying to be silenced. Somebody's trying to silence him. Let me see here. I mean, I'm feeling like, let me see, he just got out the hospital, he gave the lifeline. It was a near death experience. He almost died in that hospital. This is what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like it was pneumonia like they're trying to say. They're trying to say Brother Bilaal was in the hospital for pneumonia. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing that I'm feeling like Spirit is trying to allege that Jada is behind this. And she felt like there was no other, you know what I mean, no other way, because I feel like either he's been telling or he get ready to tell about what they've been doing to kids too. Because I'm feeling like they was doing something to kids as well, or at least this is what Spirit is alleging. You know, they're rich, so they think that they could do any little thing. Jada, from what I'm seeing, is a very nasty, vindictive, spiteful person, and he's been exposing her. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling like there was an attempt on Brother Bilal's life. Like there's been attempts made, there's more attempts that's launched. This is what I'm seeing. Because they feel like they gotta defend their secret life. You know what I mean? He's putting them out there. This is what I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm seeing that they're trying to avoid stuff that, like, how can I say this? They're trying to avoid what he's been putting out there to come out. This is what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? They want to stay in the dark. They live this double life. He's a hypocrite. You know, Will Smith, that is, from what Spirit is saying. He claims to be this upstanding man, you know what I mean? But he does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of shady crap and on the low. This is what Spirit is alleging to me. This is what I'm seeing in the cards. Let me see here. Like they do a lot of crappy stuff. They're doing a lot of shady stuff. I'm seeing a lot of shadiness behind the scenes. You know what I mean? I think the Spirit is trying to allege. I mean, this wasn't the actual question, but I'm feeling like Spirit is trying to allege that they had something to do with Bilal's recent hospitalization, because he's telling about how they're robbing people of their innocence, or at least he's getting ready to put that out there. Let me see here. Let me see. Look. Will Smith is loved by many people. You know, he's made a lot of money. He's very charismatic. He's a good talker. He had a lot of us like love him, but behind the scenes, he could be a bit temperamental. You know what I mean? He could be a bit violent. He could be a bit shady from what I'm seeing in these cards. And it's because he got a lot of people that cooperates with some of the crap he be on. He does a lot of stuff for actual gratification, include and seducing. I'm feeling like boys. This is what I'm seeing in the cards, but I'm also seeing that Jada has a hand to play in this as well. This too is a very toxic couple. It was a toxic marriage. They had a lot of illicit affairs, a lot of just craziness between the two of them. While they try to act like they were this big happy family, they kind of wasn't. It was a lot of messed up stuff going on, and there was a lot of rape. Excuse me, I didn't even say that. But there was a lot of R wording going on. You know what I mean? In their marriage, they didn't have a conventional marriage. They didn't have a normal marriage. There was a lot of like P wording going on, like lady of the night activity going on. You know, a lot of selling of oneself to others. There was an open marriage from what I'm feeling like. Let me see here. Yeah, it was an open marriage. Jada was more the masculine figure in the relationship. This is what I'm feeling like in some ways. Like she's a lot more masculine than what we think. Let me see here. They kept up appearances, built their career. You know what I mean? But I feel like Will didn't have as much control and power in their marriage that Jada did, or at least he was always trying to make her happy, which she was never happy. This is what I'm seeing. Somebody left somebody. I feel like this could be why Brother Bilaal walked away. You know what I mean? Because he felt like Will made his bed. He made his decision that she was gonna end up in the end of him or something like that. Let me see the last two cards put out. Yep. She's very manipulative. She's very cynical. She's evil and wicked. This is what the cards are saying, or at least this is how Brother Bilaal see her. Let me clean these cards up. So you know what? I'm a go a different way. I feel like Spirit is trying to allege that Brother Bilaal, that there's attempts made on Brother Bilaal's life. So let's directly ask Spirit that. Matter of fact, let's spice it up a bit. We are kind of might have already answered that question. How about this? Will Bryshere Gray ever tell on Will Smith? Will he ever come out and say they violated me? How about that? We can read on that. All right, one more, then we're gonna pull, y'all. All right. Will Bryshere Gray ever come forward? One more, then we're gonna pull. All right, here we go. All right. So you got the six of swords in reverse. He'd be in a world of trouble if he did. He can't talk. He can't put it out there. He's like he couldn't fight off those people. And plus he's been paid. I think he was paid, off for what he went through. You know what I mean? Even though his mind is all messed up, he's already been paid. He's already signed some stuff. And not to mention, he wouldn't particularly be safe. There wouldn't be anybody to protect him, but he is suffering from a lot of trauma after dealing with the R word and that happened with him. He was R worded, he was hurt, and now he got a lot of like anger and frustration in him. This is what I'm feeling like. This is what stopped his growth. You know what I mean? Stopped his development. He had a bright future until that. I feel like he was gang R worded. Like it was more than one person. I don't even feel like it was just Will and Diddy. I feel like it was others that participated in what happened to Bryshere Gray as well. You know what I mean? And I feel like he lost his mind because of it. You know what I mean? They gave. Let me see. Look. To go to multiple choice card that came up. There was more than one person involved. They were all older men. This is what I'm seeing allegedly. He was like the sacrificial lamb. They did him dirty. They did him so wrong. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like he's going to come forward. He's too many obstacles to fight. Why do I keep getting the incline that it was like 7 people that violated him? I don't know why the number 7 keeps coming up. You know what I mean? Let me see here. This was at a party, but he was kind of like blocked and tied up or something like that. And there was a bunch of homosexual, sex that was performed on him against his will. This was kind of the turning point in his career. You know what I mean? And not only in his career, in his mental state. This is what I'm seeing allegedly. He was happy at first. He was naive. He thought he was building his career until this crap happened. He can't expose this. He can't. He's not safe exposing it. He knows the extreme violence that would happen if he exposed this crap. They're very rich. They're very powerful. They can cause him a lot of pain. They can even probably make it look like he did something and have him arrested. This is what I'm seeing. Allegedly, from what I'm you know what I mean? He has to hold the truth back. Bryshere cannot put it out there. That's sad. So he basically has to keep quiet and hold his tongue. I mean, let me know down in the comments. Has he tried to put it out there? You know what I mean? I don't think he has. I think he can't acknowledge it at all. They got him some kind of way. Like, not some kind of way. There will be some dire consequences if he puts it out there. Let me see here. His best bet is to cooperate, or I feel like maybe did his mom cooperate with them? It might have been his mother that cooperated with them because they were rich and she didn't have money and she didn't want to be left broke. So she just went along with it. She let them abuse her child. I feel like he was being abused even before Empire. This is what I'm seeing, allegedly. Yup, look. The King of Cups reversed, the R worder. And then you got the Page of Cups, the child abuse and stuff like that. She was seduced by the Hollywood and the fine words. Will, from what the cards is telling me, used his charisma to seduce her. You know what I mean? As well as like he didn't. I'm not saying he slept with her. I'm saying it was like a thing where he like seduced her with fine words. Look, I'm feeling like his mother. His mother kind of sold him. Look, they was giving out charity to his mom, and she was getting all that money and stuff like that. She knew about it. She knew about what was happening with her son. This is what I'm seeing allegedly in the cards. They even did some rituals with him. This has been happening since he was young. You got the Page of Wands, you know what I mean? Which, if you look, he's a Sagittarius from my understanding. Page of Wands is fire sign energy. So he went since he was a young boy. This was happening to him. He's trying his best to move on from it, but it's not. But it's not working. He feels stuck. So, all right. So with Brother Bilaal, from what the cards have alleged, is that they are trying to silence Brother Bilaal. They're trying to come after him, and Bryshere can't really put it out there what they've done to him, or else, you know what I mean, they'll ruin him even worse than they already did. Tell me what y'all think down below, because I want to remind y'all this is what the spirit is a legend. Tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think any of this is some truth? Do you think Bryshere Gray will ever come forward? Do you think his mother had a hand in that? Do you think that Brother Bilaal will put out and expose more stuff? Let me know. Thank you, my beautiful soul family, for tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next reading. Love you, my babies. Have a good one. Yeah, he needs years of therapy, sweetie. PTSD. It's just sad what happened to him. Have a good night.